Chapter 3 Spellbound. You sit in Professor Kanto's office, dumbstruck after learning that you may be one of the most powerful magic users at Pendergast. That can't be right. Lots of people have 2 attainments, right? It's certainly not uncommon, but it's your potential that's really astounding. I wouldn't be surprised if you end up having a 3rd attainment at some point in your life. What? You mean another one might just appear someday? It is not a perfect science, Mr. Snyder. Sometimes the readings are wrong, and sometimes the tunes grow into new powers over time. He gestures to a poster behind him that features a diagram reminiscent of a food pyramid, but shaped more like a skyscraper. On the bottom line are the symbols for earth, water, air, and fire. Above that, on their own line, are wood and metal, and higher still, sun and moon. Generally speaking, an Aton at each tier will also gain an element from the tier below. Traditionally, 2nd tier Aton will have 2 specialties. For example, a wood art may have a mastery of water, but a water art couldn't have a secondary because there's no tier below them. Correct. He glanced up at the diagram again. The lines from sun and moon connect to the top, forming a triangle, but there's no symbol there. With practice and careful study, you could very well discover that you are even stronger than you currently appear to be. You lean back in your chair, completely shocked. That seems unreal. That one person could be so powerful, and even more saying that that person is me. Professor Kanto steeples his fingers and cocks his head at you, and phasing you carefully. You're rare and powerful. 2 components conveyed, covered by the wicked. Do me a favor though, won't you, Elijah? What's that? Remember, goodness rarely stands alone. He eyes you over the rims of the glasses, waiting for the message to sink in. At the moment, he pulls out a blank sheet of paper and a jet black pen. He writes your name and below that, Sun Attunement. Suddenly, the rest of the page fills up with a list of times and classroom numbers. It seems you got a bit of time before your first class. Stay with you early to start studying. He scratches the curving signature onto the bottom of the paper and hands you what you now see is an official course schedule. Wait, that's it? I feel like there's so much I still don't know. I'll be happy to answer your questions before my next appointment arrives. Now's your chance to learn more about this magical world and your newfound powers. You may even get more opportunities to impress Professor Kanto's with your inquisitive nature. I'll try to be quick. Thank you, sir. I feel so much better once I understand everything. He glances at a clock on his desk, set numbers or dials, drawing constellations, the moon fitting lazily between them. I don't have long, but what little time I do have is yours. What is it that you want to know? The thing is, I was never good at magic growing up. We didn't talk about too much stuff in my family, so this is all new for me. Professor Kantos nods in understanding. Some families emphasize attunements more to their children than others. Not knowing yours is by no means a pitfall. You're not alone, Elijah. For many freshmen, this is their first formal exposure to the attunement system. I think I did some sun magic the other day, but wasn't trying to do anything. I have no idea how it happened, or what it means, or anything. Well, ask away. Thank you so much, Professor. I was wondering, how rare is sun attunement? And what does that even mean? Is it, more powerful than the others? A little rare attunement does give you a higher innate potential for magic in general, which simply means you should have an easier time grasping the elements below yours on the diagram. Look down at your hands, remember the beams of light that burst out of them. Don't worry if you don't feel your potential yet. You only just begun your higher education and have plenty of time to develop your skills. I think it'll take a while to wrap my head around the idea that I have all this power inside me. What definitely makes me feel pretty cool. What kind of magic would I be weak at? Sunrise often find it more strenuous to perform magic at night, though it varies with the difficulty of the spells themselves. Some elements typically associated with coolness, such as water and metal, can also give Sunrise trouble. This doesn't mean I will suck at them, though, does it? Professor Contos chuckles. And a ton does not suck at any kind of magic, because magic is a core part of you. The difficulty comes from learning how to channel it. But that's why you're at school, to figure out your relationship with the magical energy residing within you. Me and this magical energy have a lot of catching up to do, that's for sure. How do I study my tournament? Can you teach me a cool sun spell right now? Professor Contos lets out a jawable laugh. I'm afraid I can't. You'll be taking specialized lessons with Professor Swan, the Sun Advisor, later in the year. So Professor Swan will teach me all the cool stuff, like how to blow stars or keep the sun from setting and create an endless summer? Wait, endless summer, that sounds familiar. Professor Swan will instruct you in how to tap into your magical potential. That involves strengthening it, and so forth. As for endless summers, those may be beyond what any one a ton would be capable of. Those may be beyond what any one a ton would be capable of. All summers must end. What kind of magic is easier for me? I'm sure you can make an educated guess here. Magic that involves sunlight? Correct. Spells related to warmth should come to you naturally, and you'll have an easier grasp over spells performed during daylight. Your secondary atonement also makes performing out spells of that element easier. That's sure gonna come in handy. What does being a sun a ton mean about me? I feel like I'm not saying a ton or atonement right, but whatever. Well, it would be a little oversimplistic to say that all sun attuned are characterized by the same set of traits, but you'll often hear that Sunrise have an optimistic outlook on life and are very loyal and are skilled at getting people to work together. Does being a Sunrise also mean I boost people's moods? I know that's what vitamin D does. That is something one hears often about Sunrise, yes. Sunrise are quite sensitive to their environments and tend to drive only the ones that are right for them. Oftentimes, Sunrise need to find their niche in order to bloom in their full potential. You just opened Pendergast's mind. Thanks for the information, Professor, but this secondary atonement, could you tell me more about that? Water rats are most known for their composure. Just as water flows, water rats are quick-witted and adapt easily and with grace. These attuned can sometimes succumb to the insecurities, seeing themselves as too fluid and find it difficult to process their rush of emotions. It's important that you make time to center yourself when practicing your magic. I feel like an open book. Don't worry, Elijah. Learning your atonement is only the first step in the puzzle of attuned magic. The ability to do magic is innate, and all attuned have at least one attunement, because your potential needs a way to be channeled. Attunements are easy. Attunements are why some attuned have an easier time with fire magic, or water magic, or whichever element or elements they favor. So attunements are just the natural way your magical potential manifests itself. Professor Contos nods, smiling broadly. Now the why behind this manifestation is still poorly understood. Most theorists believe attunement relates to the way numerous cultures tie elements to personality traits. That's why attunement tested next students to respond to questions and scenarios quickly and honestly, without time for overthinking. I guess that does make sense. The magic I performed happened when I needed it, not because I was trying to make it happen. There's a knock on the door and a red-faced boy. Kanto's next appointment peeks his head in. I have one more quick question. I was wondering, why did you decide to teach at Pendergast? A missing smile crosses Professor Kanto's expression. During a treacherous storm, he came across our very own Dean Elise Goffey in the forest near the community I lived in. Though the circumstances of our meeting weren't pleasant, she didn't interest herself on a research expedition and was stranded on the cliffs. I held her leg in my home while we chatted. I was very curious about the ton, and she was eager to teach. So Dean Garvey has been a part of the school for a long time then. She must really love it here. It's an easy place to love. Before leaving, Lisa invited me to visit the school whenever I wished. I enrolled in graduate studies at Pendergast and took up a teaching post after obtaining my degree. The boy knocks harder. The boy knocks again, this time a bit harder. It looks like our time is up. Your inquisitive mind isn't going to make you late for your next class. Don't worry, I got plenty of time. It's answered all my questions, Professor. Thank you for asking. I look forward to having you in class, Elijah. He bid Professor Contos goodbye and head out of the greenhouse. I wanted to see how you get a different second attunement, and I can't remember what the second sentiment I got the last time I read this book, but I was on Reddit real quick, and someone said they got water. They got water at attunement because they picked the loner options. Bruh. Sorry, I don't like people. God damn. I would have liked metal or fire, but no, I got water for being loner. As soon as you enter Pendergast's main hall, you run right into Griffin. Hey there. Oh, hey, there he is. How does Em go? Good, really good. Actually, Elijah! Trey and Zeph rush over from the other end of the hall, grinning broadly. You're Griffin Langley, a sophomore and a Div Teen star player. I'm Zeph, short for Zephyr. Zeph looks at him, starry-eyed, as he shakes his hand. Griffin laughs. Nice to meet you. Yes, we're all friends now, blah blah. She turns and takes her hand in both of hers, practically jumping with excitement. So, what's the verdict? I'm a son at. For a second, Zeph, Shreya, and Griffin stare at you silently, their eyes wide. You're a son at? Yep, and water too, I guess. Hell yeah. I knew anyone as cool as you had to be on Team Water. Griffin lets out a low whistle. 2 atonements, huh? I know. I can barely believe it myself. Especially since I didn't even know I was in a ton. I mean, that I was such a powerful Aton. You were seriously the first son I've ever met in my whole life. Contos even said I may end up having a third atonement one day. Oh man, being a third team must be so cool. I'm so jealous. It's really not that impressive. Nonsense, Elijah. Sun and moon eyes are just about as powerful as they come. Well, as powerful as you can be these days. Your friend's right. It's pretty damn cool. Don't be so modest. I'm just glad we through all that. Not that there was ever any question of what my atonement would be, but it still got nerve-wracking. Now that we're done with placements, who gives a break? Slack it. Maybe you can use magic to find a team remote? Damn. That totally wore me out. I just want to relax before class starts. Exactly. We're gonna be slaves to the curriculum for a whole year. We gotta enjoy freedom while we can. I agree with him. We should celebrate again our official tournaments. I'm sure our tone, impressive sophomore Griffin here has better things to do than hang with a group of freshmen. This might make me sound kinda lame, but I really don't mind. I really don't. What do you guys have in mind? Ooh, what about that new Mysterium Penn Square? There's an article about it in the latest issue of Fire, and I've been dying to check it out. I don't know what a Mysterium is, but I ain't completely down. That's the spirit. Shreya loops her arms to yours and starts toward the door. Yes, my institute followers are gonna love this. Institute. Oh my god. Short while later, you and your friends emerge into a bustling Penn Square. So where is this Mysterium? I'm pretty sure it's somewhere behind that wall of people over there. He points down an alleyway to a line of people wrapped around the block. Well, there goes that idea. Never mind. Never mind the line, my dear friend. Never mind the line, my dear friends. You follow Shreya past the line of waiting people, or right up to the security guard at the door. The launch brought that kids. Then you can find my friends and I are in the right place. I'm sure the people in line behind you will disagree. Behind you, a few people grumble, and you hear some whispered voices thrown out the name Mystery. I'm sure your boss will be very disappointed to hear you turn Shreya Mystery away at the door. Mystery, excuse me, miss, of course. He unhooked the boat and let Shreya drill, but when you try to follow, he bars your path. That's the rest of you, and before I can let you in. What? But you gotta let us in. Yeah, why is that? Because we're her business partners. Is that so? Yep, you bet it is. We come here for an important business meeting. We're looking for up and coming businesses like this museum for franchising opportunities, but we really can't enter. Security guard looks at the line of people behind you, then a Shreya behind him, weighing his options. Finally, he moves aside to let you drill. Have a nice time, Miss Mystery. Thank you. I'm sure you will. Go into the museum, which is crowded with people and covered in dense cloud of orange smoke. Can't believe that actually worked. Seriously, quick thinking, Elijah. He totally brought it. Hey, what can I say? I come my way into a few heavily guarded clubs before. Followed the hostess to a clear table in the corner, and on the way, marvel at the multicolored lanterns bobbing near the ceiling. At the table next to you, group clusters around a lantern. As they light it, it starts to overflow with smoke-filled bubbles until the whole table is obscured by the bottom. So this is Mysterium, a place where the lanterns make bubbles. They don't just make bubbles, they're all laser potions that have different effects. I went to one once, and smoke from all lanterns played out an entire Shakespeare play. You should take a seat at the table. 3 lanterns dripped down from the ceiling. One is an emerald green, another cream blue, and the last one a deep solid gray. Roger, this is your first time. Why don't you choose? Okay, but how do I know which one I should pick? You know, that's why they call it Mysterium. Guess I'll go with the gray one. The gray lantern settles onto the table with a gentle dunk. Shreya reaches in and pitches her fingers around the wick, lighting it. And here goes nothing. The moment the lantern just rattles on the table, suddenly a massive shadow shoots out on all sides. Oh. You look around and wonder as the shadow spread over your table, painting everything in shades of silver and slate gray. And slowly, the shadows take shape. Ooh, that was an elephant. And a giraffe. A company of shadow puppet animals parades around your table. Zepps hop up and leads the animals around the room like a drum major, pumping his fists in the air. Look at me, I'm a natural leader. After a while, the illusion fades away. Zepps still marches triumphantly, and Shreya still waves on top of the shadow elephant, shabby riding. That was awesome. Really, you're coming here, Shreya. Should we get another? Honestly, I think it's about time the mysterious upperclassman Sweet Elijah has so hastily befriended. Squeezing closer to Griffin, her eyes shining mischievously as she grins. How about a game of snaps? Oh yes, I'm so in. And this game entails... It's basically an easy way to calm people into telling you their deepest and darkest secrets. He's being dramatic, and basically on count 3, snap an element and the winner gets to ask the losers any question they want. Right, snap an element. Yeah, watch. Ready? 1, 2, 3, snap. They all snap their fingers at the same time. A small swirling vortex of air appears in both Griffin and Zep's unturned palms, while Shreya opens her palm to reveal. Ha! Fire! Fire always wins. How does that... know what to ask? I'll cut my short. Elijah, you know something. Make it a good one. Okay, then. Griffin, Zep. Who of the two of you were in a fight? Both Griffin and Zev speak up simultaneously. Griffin, me. They look at each other and laugh. Sorry, man. Please, I'm scrappy. But that's about all that I've got going for me in the fight department. Yeah, Elijah, that's a pretty unfair question. Your friend here is about 200 pounds of pure lean muscle. Okay. I guess the answer was a little obvious. Should we go around? I feel like there's so much to learn about Griffin. It'll have to be another time. As much fun as it's been hanging out with you guys, I really gotta jet. We're leaving, but there's still more time before the first class to start. I know, this is another wonderful I want to check out before I really have to buckle down for school. Next to you, Shreya starts to get up longest as well. And I just looked it up and saw that Diamante's Middle Spring and the Scope has some openings for this afternoon. I have to get a touch up. Do you think your street cred stretches far enough that they wouldn't kick me out the second you leave? They wouldn't dare, dear Zeph. They wouldn't dare, dear Zephyr. Did I know what I'm saying? How about you, Elijah? I don't mind the company on the hike up to the falls. That sounds sweaty. Why not me? They could probably schedule us both in and easier to relax before classes start. There's so many resculpts to choose from, and you will look so cute with a little dimple in your chin. I haven't paid for either of these. I am still not going to. So I said like it here. None of those sound interesting. Like a spa day or a hike. None of those sound interesting. Space is too fun, and there's so many lanterns we haven't tried yet. You guys have fun. We'll see you back on campus. About the group finish right here before pulling another lantern down. You turn to campus, and a short while later, duck into your first class by Work 1A with Professor England. You slide into the first open seat you see only Elijah's right next to Beckett's. Oh, it's you again. The sun net. How impressive. What's your problem? How did you know I was a sun net? I have my sources. It's amazing what you can learn from the professors during your free hours. You don't look very impressive to me. Oh, please. I don't act like you haven't been practically stalking me since I got here, sending that follower thing after me. A what? I certainly wouldn't. Excuse me, I'm trying to start a class here. You realize that your hushed exchange has escalated to your shout. Press your lips tightly together as Professor England begins his lecture. In this class, you'll learn to perform basic spells based on 8 practical elements: fire, water, air, earth, metal, wood, sun, and moon. Can anyone tell me where our ability to perform magic stems from? How about our latecomer, Mr. Snyder? Elijah. Our ability to perform magic is innate. It's something we were born with. Wonderful. Perfectly worded. Very nice, Elijah. Whew. Each of you was born with these abilities. Though of course, the capacity for magic can differ from person to person. I'm in no mood to do voices. I'm trying. Beckett gives you a cut on look on the side of his vision as Professor England continues speaking. Simply put, every person in this room has the ability to perform most spells. However, the level of difficulty each tonic can handle may differ. Now, let's not waste any more time. We'll start today by learning a simple spell: conjure the fire and bend it to our will. Professor England rolls up his sleeves and shakes out his arms with a flourish. He closes his eyes and brings his palms together. The first step, as always, is focus. The lack of focus is the number one cause of spells going awry. For the creation of fire, you'll need to imagine a light or a heat source and some kindling. It's important to start with a strong, simple base. There's a reason we build up to more complex ideas. Mainly to conserve magic and energy by using smaller pieces to achieve the same end. It's the building block method. We were taught it as children. Love the enthusiasm, but I'm gonna need a hand up. I'm gonna need a hand next time, is everything. That's correct. Now, once we're focused and built our magical foundation, he snaps his fingers and flames ignite from the tips of his both hands. Conjuring fire is a snap. Oh. From there, controlling the flame is just a matter of controlling your breathing. I'll be coming about to check on you. Feel free to help each other. But remember, using offensive magic on another student is strictly prohibited. It's time to practice your first spell. Forming a spell probably will unlock you for later. Forming a spell probably will unlock it for later use and add to your spellbook. There's more than one way to perform a spell. Try using the hints Professor England gave. Complete your spellbook to become top of the class and unlock special bonus for the end of the story. Okay, step 1 is to focus. Let your eyes drift shut and focus to find the magic side of you. I think I feel something. In a few moments, you start to feel something welling inside of you, tingling warmth spreading out from your belly. Can't believe this is working. Next, I'm supposed to start the fire? Something about building blocks? I'm trying to give a more ghetto, relaxed voice for Elijah and drying. After you relax, a variety of colors begins to swirl through the blackness. Just so the narration and the voice I have for Elijah doesn't sound the same. This feels right. You latch onto the streak of bark-colored brown, drawing it to you, letting it overwhelm you. The bright yellow beam stands out in the darkness, brighter than any of the other colors, and you draw it toward you, watching the two colors entangle themselves. This feels right. Take a deep breath and open your eyes, and snap. Yes. In your hand, a flame so bright that shields your eyes from it. Several people nearby turn to look at you, to look in your direction. Even Becca seems caught off guard. Right, well, I suppose that would be easy for you. You're timid and all. Can you leave me alone, please? I'm trying to concentrate. Clearly. He turns away, his flame floating lazily around the air above his head. Okay, deep breath. You're almost done. One thing left to do. Professor England arrives at your table and watches Beckett perform his spell flawlessly. Afterward, he and Beckett both turn to watch you. It looks like you're almost there. You just need to bend the flame to your will. Right. To bend it, you bend like metal to bend, right? Right? Close your eyes again, plugging out a gray shaft of light with harsh edges. Draws energy and like drawing a deep breath. You open your eyes and exhale, watching as the flame shoots out of your hand, hitting a nearby metal instrument and immediately melting down to a puddle. I'm guessing that's not quite what you wanted. Not at all. Also, my great grandfather gave me those skills for my 13th birthday. Seeing that you managed to create the flame and make it do something, you may pass this assignment yet. I'm sure I'll do better next time. Now, Elijah, all your marks combined. Professor England checks his board and clears his throat. Well, you're done. And it's a good job. Maybe pay a bit more attention to the directions next time. Not as spells are as simple as this one. This was simple? I didn't understand. I got it right the first time. I played Drew. I just did not understand this time. I did the last one supposed to be fire. And then fire. And fire, I don't know. I think water would extinguish it. Fire was supposed to be fire, oh my god. You unlocked the flame spell. Unlocking spells will help you survive your first year, but I guess I did it. I can't believe this. Yes, congratulations. You managed to spell for babies. You got quite the attempt. You turn your back to him, shoulders tense, flame in your hand flickers as you try to relax. Oh, like flames dwindling. Better focus up. So to keep control when you're distracted. Squeeze your eyes shut, trying to block them out. You know, I thought I'd be more impressed when I met my first son at. Maybe Professor Contos got it wrong. Why don't you shut up? He turned sharply toward him, intending to get back at a piece of your mind. But as you do, the flame shoots out of your hand and races straight toward him. No, wait. Hey. He held up his hand before the fireball made contact, and with a wave, sent it back in your direction. He dived out of the way and turned to watch it sail past you, right toward Professor England. Wait, Professor England ducks just in the nick of time, and the fireball soars right over his head, crashing into the wall behind him. He straightens up and waves a hand at the smoldering wall, putting the flames out instantly. Well, that's definitely one way to start the year. I'm so sorry. Professor, it's all my fault. But I didn't mean to throw it at him. I lost control of it, I guess. Becca's eyes widen in shock, but then he comes back to himself, his brow furrowing. Well, of course it's his fault. Come on, Beckett. You totally got this weird vendetta against me. Isn't that creepy follower to attack me and everything? I have no clue what you're rambling on about. I swear, Professor England, I know every rule of this school forward and backward, and I would never break. But unfortunately, Saratan, you did. Becca's cheeks turned pink, and you averted your eyes to keep from laughing. At this point, it's out of my hands. You'll both have to go see Dean Guffey. Memory breaks out all around, and you feel a heavy weight in the pit of your stomach. But, sir, I didn't. You can't. It's no longer up to me. You'll see the dean tomorrow morning before class. She may go easy on you, but attacking other students is grounds for explosion. Dean Guffey isn't particularly well known for being a forgiving woman.